officially in the third trimester. I'm 29 weeks as of yesterday. I am going to be so honest. I have not been taking care of myself, and this pregnancy has kind of flown by just with how insane life has kind of been. This video is going to be kind of like what I eat in the week, how I'm fueling my body. We'll talk about that in a second a little bit, but workouts that I can do, and little doctor's appointments, ways that I'm trying to also kind of rest my body and be a lot more gentle. To give you a synopsis of my pregnancy so far, I found out I was pregnant in August. And since finding out I was pregnant, that is like our busy season. So September and October, especially October, is like a sprint. That was also the like kind of 8 to 12 week range for me. I did not have a bad first trimester, but that was just the worst part of it. Kind of a double-edged sword of like, I'm super busy. So part of it kind of sucked that like I felt so miserable, but I also didn't really have a choice necessarily to like push through or not push through. Like it was like, it doesn't matter. We have a line, you know? After October, we did our baby moon in November, and I'm kind of a psychopath when it comes to trips. So I just ended up doing way too much and especially when you own a business, like you need to come back and actually have things figured out and not be like scrambling at the last minute. So it does end up just kind of costing you a little bit more on the front end. But then we went into December, which was like we thought like that's going to be the slow season. And it was like not slow season. So we had like an oddly profitable December, which I'm very grateful for, but just meant we were a lot busier than we thought on top of like Christmas and all of the plans. And it was very full and very abundant. And I definitely like enjoyed being busy in December, but it was a lot. So into January, where we took a like 10-day trip to the South, which again is another trip and just takes a lot of planning. And also I'm a psychopath. So I end up putting a lot of tasks associated to the trip of like, oh, well, it would be nice to have this done before we leave. January ended up being kind of crazy. And then February, we have done probably our best menu that we've probably ever had. And it has gained a lot of popularity, which again, I'm very grateful for, but has made us a lot busier than we expected. In February last year, we were so slow, like dying slow. And we also had our baby shower last week. So we had family in town with the baby shower and just like the event things of that. We were hosting our family in our home and also operating the business at the same time. So all of that to say, I have not taken care of myself because it has felt unattainable, but I am really trying to kind of shift that mindset, especially because I want to be the mom that takes care of herself. And if I can't even do it while I'm literally this kid comes with me everywhere and is decently unintrusive, then I can't imagine what it's going to be like when she is here. So I would just want to dedicate, especially this week, to trying to get some really good rhythm. I go a little bit more extreme. So yes, this week is probably going to be like the most that I ever do, and especially because I'm filming it. But if I can take some of these into the weeks ahead, that would be really helpful. So let's talk about the eating part. So I'm not restricting anything. I don't cut out any food groups. I pretty much just eat what I want. I also heard people say that when you're pregnant with a girl, like the sugar cravings are like really intense. And I thought that was wrong because up until this trimester, I haven't really had crazy sugar cravings. Also, I just love sugar, so I could just not be recognizing the difference. But especially the last couple weeks, like the cravings part of it of like, I will die if I do not consume a whole box of Lucky Charms in 20 minutes right now, is really crazy. So anyway, I call her a sugar demon because she really has been doing some crazy things with sugar. We eat probably what I would say is like 80-20, like 80% healthy and 20% more relaxed. But there are certain foods that I am trying to incorporate in my diet to try and help baby grow and for what her development is doing right now, but also to kind of mitigate some symptoms that I'm having in my body. Some priorities that I focus on is protein in the morning and eating a really big full breakfast. I don't go crazy, but trying to do some anti-inflammatory kind of property foods like olive oil or berries or ginger. I don't go crazy on it. I'm not on like a full anti-inflammatory diet, but it does making me feel better when I can put those into my diet. And then hydration has been a really hard one. I've been terrible at drinking water this entire pregnancy. So I have really, really tried the past couple days, especially, to start prioritizing that. As far as movement goes, I was moving enough in my first trimester just from being so busy with the business that I didn't really work out that much. Second trimester, I had a ton of energy and I was doing yoga, weightlifting, walking, sometimes jogging, like all of the things. And then towards the end of second trimester, I started experiencing SPD pain, which if you haven't heard of what that is, it's called, and I could be butchering this, but symphysis pubis dysfunction. I'll put a little thing right here that kind of explains it. The only way that I can explain how it feels is like somebody took a rusty chainsaw and they're trying to saw me in half from my pubic bone. I'm not gonna lie, it is excruciating. Especially from long periods of inactivity or long periods of standing, which is pretty much my entire life. On top of that, pretty much in the same week that I started experiencing SPD symptoms, I developed sciatica in like my right side. So the lower part of my hip all the way down my leg. That one comes and goes. The SPD is pretty much always a thing. So movement in the third trimester is going to look a lot different than what I wanted it to look like. I really wanted to stay active, and I still am, but it's just going to look a lot different because, especially with the business being busier than we expected, I am on my feet a lot more and I am more active. So my problem is not being active. It's actually being inactive and sitting down. So all of that to say, we're going to take it slow, be gentle is going to be, and I knew when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, third trimester, I want to be gentle with myself. I don't want to be honest, and to each their own, but I don't want to be the girl that's like a weapon in the gym, like trying to get in the gym every single day. Like I want to take it as far as my body needs it, and I know that my body will need rest. So, and lo and behold, it does. Right now, I am enjoying some avocado toast. I love avocado toast. I put 2 eggs on it. It's such a nice, like, one, you get the probiotics from the sourdough, you get healthy fats from the avocado, you get protein from the eggs, and choline, which we love, and baby also loves. And then I am also drinking some overnight oats, so this is a really good source of fiber, and try to hit all the food groups in one, especially at breakfast, and then I kind of fall off, so. And then I'm also bringing scones to a Bible group in a couple minutes, so I will have one of those as well.
Instant gratification.
Okay, we're trying sardines for the first time. I'm not brave enough to try them on their own, so I put it with sourdough, and this is just plain. It's not bad, honestly. I did already have a bite, but I have no notes. The Fishwife brand, right? But it had like conflicting reviews on Reddit. Huh.
Yeah, they just taste the same to me.
I feel like that one just tastes like it's seasoned. I wonder if you did like sourdough toast with cottage cheese.
That just seems like a nasty girl.
Because I feel like the cottage cheese would give it like some creaminess.
Enjoy with hot sauce and potato chips. That sounds good. Over a crispy breakfast toast, which sounds like something you would enjoy. Or stirred into a pasta puttanesca.
Also drinking a ton of water. So I've already had one of these today. I'm working on my second one, and I'm about to put half of an Element packet. I'm only doing half because they're kind of salty, and I'm trying to a little bit watch my salt intake because I don't want to start swelling. I'm doing the raspberry salt flavor. Oh, I'm also still pretty full from breakfast, which makes perfect sense because I had a massive breakfast. So I think I'm just going to stick with that until I get hungry later. It's about 2 o'clock. I'm going to make myself a little snack plate because I'm like getting hungry, but it's more like a snacky kind of hungry. So yeah, and then I'm going to start on my third hydro jug of the day. So we're going strong on the water. Okay, this is our snack plate. We've got carrots, roasted red pepper hummus, strawberries, cheese stick, Gouda, aged Gouda, it matters, Parmesan, almonds, and dark chocolate covered acai berries. a good boy, Pepper. Going on a little walk today. It's 60 degrees in February, which is insane. But it does feel amazing. We wanted to take the stroller out because I want to start teaching the dogs how to like walk with the stroller so that if I want to take them on walks by myself, I can do that. It's not looking promising, but it's also the first time we've done it, so I feel like Pepper's actually doing really well. I just don't see Georgie doing well with this at all. We will see. We're just gonna keep testing it.
Still, I think if you saw it.
I'm gonna take a little bath because my sciatica started acting up during the walk, so I feel like you can't really win, but pizza night, which means the kitchen is a wreck. Caesar salad, homemade dressing.
I have to say.
Okay, so what do we have?
We've got pepperoni with this is green sauce. We've got pepperoni and pepperoncini, and then we got the chicken bacon Alfredo. Here's.
All right, ending my night with an Ninja Creamy. For the like base of the ice cream, I usually do Fairlife chocolate milk, and then like a scoop and a half of chocolate protein powder and cocoa powder. So good every single time. I am like so tired, and I don't know if there's a way to fix this, but I just wake up so tired. My sleep score is 93, which is great. But my resting heart rate definitely, I'm like, interesting. Normally it's like in the 50s. It's 68. So, but I got 8.5 hours of sleep last night. That's why I'm like, what the heck? Why am I so tired? I am not going to eat breakfast this morning because I am going to go do my glucose test. And I technically actually don't have to fast for that, but I know the doctor said like a lot of people just prefer to because they just want to make sure that there's no reason why the test was thrown off if they fail it. So drink a lot of water, but I'm not going to eat anything. Now I am headed to, I don't know how to wear a bucket hat, I'll be honest. I'll admit it. Headed to my blood work appointment. I really don't know what to expect, so we'll just have to see. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be there for a long time or if they're even going to like, if I'm even going to be able to do my glucose test. So we will see, but this is literally so last minute too. Glucose test is finished. That was not nearly as bad as people made it out to be. The drink just tasted like, it just tasted like a Sprite, like a flat Sprite. I got a little bit nauseous like right after, obviously just like that amount of sugar, but it was not that bad. I will say my child was like going crazy. She's probably about to go into like a sugar coma, but so I don't have the results yet. I'll have to wait for those, but yeah, I'm gonna go eat because I'm freaking hungry. I have pizza heating in the air fryer because I am so hungry. Sourdough just came out of the oven, so I'm gonna, obviously I have to test that. This is a very carb heavy breakfast.
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay, I'm laughing on the inside, but I think I may have failed my glucose test. I like know that it's, one, there's nothing you can do, and two, like it's not like it's my fault, you know, like it's not how it works. So it also like won't show me the actual result, but it says abnormal results. I feel like that means I failed. It says abnormal final result. I'm gonna do what doctors hate, and I'm Googling it. Oh no. Well, keep you guys updated. Update. The last clip you saw was like 10 minutes ago. But I'm fine. No gestational diabetes for me. I wasn't gonna be pressed if I did. It was just more of like I don't actually think I do. So, but yeah, I was fine. I was actually really low. 66. 66, baby. Okay, yay. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. On to OB appointment. Today has been the day of appointments. She is. She loves to move.
128.
We have an induction date, which is crazy. To be like, oh, if you don't come, you know, by your due date, you'll be here by then. Anyway, but everything looked good. I didn't get to eat lunch today, so, because I had like a late breakfast. So I'm just gonna do a little snack plate, and then we're gonna go have ramen later. Okay, so we tried a new coffee place, and I'm gonna be honest, the coffee was just not my preference. So I ended up going back to the trailer and got myself a half sweet vanilla almond milk latte. I feel like, especially when I'm pregnant, I'm like, I have to be so careful with my caffeine consumption. I'm not about to be out here wasting caffeine on not great coffee. So right, we've got sourdough with Laughing Cow cheese and sardines, pumpkin seeds, almonds, white cheddar, apples, and then a couple of milk chocolate cubes. I'm going to do my electrolytes for the day. I'm gonna go with the watermelon salt flavor, and then I will save the other half for tomorrow. We are off to pelvic floor therapy. A couple weeks ago, I posted about just the amount of pelvic pain I was in did not seem normal for pregnancy, and that I was like suspecting that I had SPD. And sure enough, that is the case. Overwhelming amount of people said pelvic floor therapy would really help. So I went, and unfortunately nothing. The whole insurance thing with pelvic floor therapy is real interesting. So it's not covered by insurance, or it's covered at an out of network. Nowhere could get me in before like literally the end of my pregnancy. So we ended up just going with an out of network pelvic floor specialty place. And I posted after I had left my first appointment, just saying like, wow, I was so blown away and really think it's going to help. And the amount of people, another overwhelming response of people saying like, oh my gosh, this was huge in my postpartum recovery. And yeah, so it's definitely expensive, and I've heard everybody say like it's worth the cost. I ended up kind of sacrificing my wanting a doula for doing pelvic floor therapy. So just in case you also are tempted to like look at other people's lives and compare yours, we all have to make sacrifices. So no doula for me, but I am excited about the pelvic floor therapy. Worked on my adductors, are kind of like my biggest problem right now. They're just super like tight. So she did some dry needling. That was interesting. I've never done that before, but I have done cortisone shots in my hips before. So honestly, nothing can be worse than cortisone shots in your hips. A little bit of like a sensitive area to have like needles, but not bad. Got some exercises to do. Now I'm gonna go to the chiropractor, just making this a full appointment day. That almost always really helps my sciatica. Great, dinner break. We have a sourdough discard lavash with a, what is this, beef kefta, actually?
Sure. Yeah.
And then cucumber, red onion slaw. Is that what we're gonna call that?
Sure.
With feta.
It's Greek yogurt, mayo, roasted garlic.
Sweet.
And spicy spices.
We were gonna go to the gym and do a glute day, but I honestly am so tired. So I figured it would be better for my body to not like push through. We're not in push through mode anymore, and to just take a shower and take it easy for the rest of the night, which I am very proud of. I am also very proud. Earlier today, before lunch, I was thinking, oh, let me do the laundry, and that will be my motivation and to like eat lunch afterwards, of like get through the laundry and then you can have lunch. And then I was like, this is how I end up in the situations I end up in, because I deprive myself of literal basic needs for the sake of productivity. Then I wonder why I'm so tired all the time. So proud of myself, lots of developments, lots of good things, lots of good mindset shifts, but I'm gonna take a shower. I've got my peppermint tea and fiber in here. I'm gonna have a relaxing night. Happy Thursday. I'm doing a yogurt bowl this morning because Thursdays are my earliest mornings, and I really don't know what I want to eat this morning, so this is just, yeah, what we landed on. But I've got apples, bananas, a protein granola with cinnamon, and then there's a vanilla bean Greek yogurt underneath from Trader Joe's. Okay, so I didn't show my lunch for the day. My breakfast did not fill me up for very long, so I was hungry very quickly, but I ended up having an Asiago bagel with garlic and chive cream cheese. You'll never guess where I got it from. The sugar demon in my body demanded Fruity Pebbles. She demanded them last night. She demanded them as soon as I got home today. And I'm about to like throw all of the Fruity Pebbles in our house away, which I can't do because my business is currently selling Fruity Pebbles related lattes. But the Fruity Pebbles, dude, are like the chokehold that these have on me is insane. Now I am drinking my electrolytes. We were trying to be very intentional about doing, because my SPD was getting so bad, to help take care of myself, was also on Thursdays having a double. So instead of just doing the shift by myself, I have somebody else with me, and that has been a game changer. I'm not nearly as like, usually after I operated on Thursday, I would be like down for the count. And that I don't feel great, but I'm not like bedridden. I'm doing a prenatal yoga class today at my chiropractor's office. Okay, tonight we have green beans, salmon, sweet potato. I'm gonna do it with a little Coke Zero because I'm feeling fancy. And then we're going to watch Bridgerton while I work on some menu things. The yoga class for tonight ended up getting canceled, so won't be doing that. But honestly, I'm not too mad about it. I was excited, but I'm not too mad because I could use a night to just like rot on a couch.
What is that? Is it good?
And the sweet potato. In case you haven't noticed, I don't remember the last time that I cooked dinner. All this guy. Ignore the brown noise and the horrendous lighting, but another thing that I've been trying to do before going to bed, and I don't do this every single day, this is really maybe like 2 to like 4 times a week because life happens, and if I have to choose between sleep and this, I'm going to choose sleep, is my PT exercises. A lot of them are very relaxing and they're very easy to just like do before I go to bed, so I'm going to do a couple of those now. And then I usually end the night doing some like deep pelvic floor breathings.
Through heart center and face this direction. Catch the breath into your natural exhale.
Today we've got a snack plate. I am so excited about this. Carrots, roasted red pepper hummus, pumpkin seeds, I think this is white cheddar, strawberries, Gouda, pretzel chips with a Laughing Cow spicy queso cheese, I think jalapeno and queso sausage with Parmesan, and that is it. I'm also going to drink some electrolytes with this too. Good morning. I slept so bad last night, and I'm not a bad sleeper. I usually like conk out. I'm dead until I wake up, but I kept having bad dreams. I kept waking up from like pain. I think I went to bed a little bit too late. I think my brain was just going a little bit too hard when I actually was going to bed, and so I just had dreams about the business, and I like not good ones. So, but because of that, I am so beyond tired this morning, so doesn't matter. We have an event this morning, and yeah, so for breakfast I had like a microwave burrito, And I'm probably gonna have a banana, maybe like a protein shake. Try to just like hit my protein goal. That'll be that. I'm also really trying to get back in the habit of taking my vitamins. So I'm gonna take my probiotic, and then I take magnesium and my prenatal before I go to sleep at night. 1 hydro jug finished. Going to drink my tea, go take a shower, and then I am probably going to literally rot in bed for the rest of the day and either edit this or watch Bridgerton. So that is gonna be it. I wish I could say that I feel better necessarily, but I just think I'm a little bit at that stage of pregnancy where like you have to take care of yourself. It's not really like an optional thing. I do think I feel a little bit better. I'm proud of myself for trying to take care of myself and pouring a little bit more into my wellness. And I do think that a lot of the things that I did this week, I'm going to bring into the following weeks, mostly out of necessity. But I will say like the pain level is definitely getting a lot more. So it's just not like optional anymore. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.